Dogecoin, the viral meme turned trending, hyped up cryptocurrency. Is it worth the hype? Is it going to the moon? I don't know, who knows? But in this video, let's sublimate and let's compare copy paper versus sublimation paper. Hey guys, it's Trey the DIY Ninja, and today we are going to be comparing copy paper versus sublimation paper for sublimation custom garment printing. So I'm just showing you the difference between the copy paper and the sublimation. This is sublimation on the right, on the left is copy paper. The first image I showed you was just regular inkjet printing, just to show you the comparison. And you can see that on the sublimation paper, it looks a lot more vibrant and darker. But first things first, before we get started on our project, let's turn on our Cricut Easy Press 2, 400 degrees for 60 seconds. While we wait for that to heat up, I'm going to prepare my pressing mat. And remember guys, always cover your pressing mat with butcher paper. Alright, there we go. And I have the pressing mat in between the layers of this white Gildan 50/50 t-shirt, 50% polyester, 50% cotton. Anyways, I'm just going to prep my transfer right now. I'm going to start with the sublimation paper. So the graphics are exactly the same. And I'm just going to fold it in half and put a little crease right in the middle to match up with the tag of the shirt. And I'm placing it 3 fingers down and also using my hands as a measuring guide to make sure it's relatively even. Okay, so I'm just giving you a little bit of a close-up first-person point of view. I like to line up my transfer to the top of the mat and then also hang my shirt down on the bottom to make sure it's straight. And I line the edge of the mat to the edge of my table. And oops! Oh wait, I turn it upside down. Remember, you always have to turn your transfer upside down to print, and also make sure you inverse your images. I did actually print these images twice because I printed it wrong. I printed it normally without inversing it, and that would make the image backwards on the shirt, so don't do that. As always, I always make mistakes, and I like to tell you about them so that you don't make the same mistakes I do. Number one thing with sublimation is to take your time. I'm always rushing because I don't have a lot of free time, so I'm always rushing to film something for you guys, and I mess up every single time. So yeah, when you do this, take your time. It's actually really easy. Okay, so I lined up my transfer exactly what I wanted, and then I remembered, oh wait, I didn't do all my prepping steps. So I'm going to take my lint roller and some heat tape. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of heat tape and also lint roll and pre-press my garment. So there I am rolling. I like to just do the whole face of the shirt just to be safe in case I decide to shift the image or move the mat later on. For placement, I don't have to re-lint roll a certain area. So I just kind of do the whole front of the shirt. And this step is very, very important because usually on new garments, even after you wash them, there's a lot of lint that you don't see, and the lint roller picks them up really well. See? Look at all that lint. Alright, I'm just going to pre-press my shirt to get rid of any excess moisture and to smooth any wrinkles out. There we go. This can be anywhere from like 5 to 10 seconds max. You don't want to burn your shirt, and it doesn't really take that much heat since the heat press is already set really high. It's super hot. Okay, now you can put the transfer on. I'm just taping the corners diagonally across from each other after I lay the transfer down exactly where I want it. This is the crucial step. Take your time here because if you rush this step, your image will be lopsided, crooked, or off center. Okay, I'm showing you how I tape the diagonal corners opposite each other. Then put on a clean sheet of butcher paper on top. because ink does transfer through, which is what the butcher paper is for, so that you don't get sublimation ink on your heat press or on your pressing mat that will transfer to your next project and potentially ruin it. And you may think it's clean and you reuse your butcher paper. Don't do it. I did that. It ruined my project. It ruined my next project. Alright, I'm going to press for 60 seconds and I'm just pushing all my body weight down onto the press. The more pressure, the better. You don't want to break your table or your arm or anything, but once you place your Cricut Easy Press 2 down, just leave it there. You don't want to use it like an iron. It's literally a press. Keep it still so it doesn't cause smudging and press as hard as you can. I'm removing the butcher paper now. And the ink did leak through a little. I'm folding it with the leaked ink on the inside and kind of just using the butcher paper to fan so that I don't burn my fingers. There we go. Peel off super quick and just take off any excess tape or paper that may have ripped. And look at that image. Super crisp, super clear, super vibrant. It looks so clean. Wow, awesome, awesome. Doesn't that look good? That looks really good to me. Dogecoin to the moon. Anyways, here is the transfer after pressing. You can see the color difference. There's still a lot of residual ink on the paper, but it's okay because look how bright and vibrant our image turned out. Okay, so now onto copy paper. I'm flipping the shirt backwards. I'm just going to print the same image on the back of this shirt. Okay, then I'm just going to lint roll. Basically, I'm just repeating all the same steps, but this time with the copy paper instead of the sublimation paper. But if you are new to sublimation, it's best to really get this ingrained in your head so that you don't mess up, because if you skip a step, it will affect your final result. Okay, so I lint rolled. I'm pre-pressing now. Sometimes, depending on your garment, you will see steam come up. That's normal. That's just the excess water being evaporated from your clothing. Okay, prepping my transfer. This is the copy paper. I'm folding it with a little crease on the top, not folding on the image, and then I'm just going to place the transfer where I want it. Okay, so I guess I just skipped a lot of steps. Alright, so I'm placing my heat press on. I have the butcher paper on in the middle between the heat press and my transfer paper. And I'm pressing for 60 seconds. And really quickly removing the butcher paper. Be careful, it's hot. And bam! There's the transfer. Wow, that looks really good too, right? Like, it's so clean. It's pretty vibrant. It's pretty crisp. But I do think the sublimation paper did look a little better. Here's the copy paper transfer for you to compare the befores and afters. It is looking really good to me. So this is the sublimation paper side. Take a look at that. Let me know what you think. This is the copy paper side. You see it's just like a little bit not as vibrant, but it looks good. This is me wearing it. I was saying, trying to say trying it on, but I said wearing it. Anyways, my son loved it so much he insisted on wearing the shirt. He won't take it off. So there's the front and here's the back. As you can see, they both look really good. You be the judge. Let me know in the comment box down below, sublimation or copy paper, which one looks better?